"Betcha can't eat just one." It's a slogan that has become legendary, a promise tied to one of the most irresistible snacks on the planet. But behind that simple, golden, crispy slice lies an industrial empire of unimaginable scale. These aren't just snacks anymore. They are a daily ritual, and for some, an outright addiction. Welcome to one of PepsiCo's most advanced factories, a mechanical beast with a jaw-dropping output of 4 tons of potato chips per hour. 750 tons of raw potatoes, every single day. This facility runs more than 4 production lines non-stop, processing over 240,000 tons of spuds annually just to keep the crispy goodness coming. But before it became this global behemoth, the entire empire rested on the shoulders of one man, a Ford Model A, and a bold belief. In 1932, Herman Lay was just a salesman on wheels, peddling chips from Nashville to Atlanta. He didn't just sell snacks, he was pioneering the very logistics that would later feed millions. Today, that simple ambition has evolved into a relentless, high-speed agricultural war. The journey begins in vast fields during harvest season. Because potatoes hide underground, farmers deploy massive, specialized digging rigs. These machines don't just harvest, they excavate. Reaching 10 inches deep into the earth, they cleanly rip entire plants from the soil, roots, rocks, dirt, and all. Everything is forcefully loaded onto a vibrating conveyor screen. This mechanical beast shakes off the excess earth, sorting through a staggering 40,000 potatoes every single minute. From there, the crop is violently yet precisely transferred into trucks driving in perfect synchronization alongside the harvester. It is a seamless dance of heavy machinery, ensuring the operation remains smooth, steady, and interruption-free. Herman Lay's legacy isn't just about the potato. It's about the process of subduing nature at blistering speed. When the trucks are full, they head straight to a massive storage hub, a facility purpose-built to swallow hundreds of tons of fresh potatoes daily. But not every potato gets to be a Lay's chip. The selection process is a ruthless tribunal. The potatoes are funneled into optical sorters running at full throttle. Fresh firm spuds ride along a conveyor belt, passing through a sophisticated, high-precision scanning system. These digital eyes analyze the size, shape, and color of every single tuber with terrifying accuracy. Meanwhile, nimble pneumatic robotic arms spring into action. Moving so fast they are nearly invisible to the naked eye, they violently snatch clumps of dirt and debris from the line. Any potato that is bruised, diseased, or simply too small is instantly executed from the line. Only the absolute top-tier spuds survive. These survivors, still dusted with soil, are gently placed into massive wooden crates and moved into cold storage. This is the purgatory of the potato world. A colossal, climate-controlled facility with enough room to hold a staggering 40 million potatoes at once. Here they rest for weeks or months, waiting in the dark for the factory to call. This massive holding capacity is the direct result of Herman Lay's historic expansion. Herman didn't just make chips. He engineered a distribution machine. In 1938, he gambled everything to buy a small manufacturing plant in Atlanta. By 1944, Lay's became one of the first snack brands to ever advertise on television. He knew that to dominate, he had to be everywhere. The ultimate power moves came later. In 1961, a massive merger with Frito created Frito-Lay, birthing a logistics network that could deliver fresh snacks across North America within hours. 4 years later, Frito-Lay merged with Pepsi-Cola to form PepsiCo, providing the financial muscle to take this operation global. When the factory finally calls for a new batch, forklifts haul the wooden crates out of the dark. The legacy of Herman Lay transitions from history into high-speed industrial reality. When a truckload of potatoes arrives at the factory gate, the modern process begins with a terrifying display of hydraulic power. The entire vehicle is hoisted onto a massive platform, slowly tilted forward to a 30-degree angle. Suddenly, a tidal wave of tubers is unleashed, thousands of potatoes tumbling violently onto the conveyor belt below. Though they were washed at the farm, the factory takes no chances. The incoming load is routed to quality control for starch content testing before being subjected to an industrial water assault. This isn't just about cleanliness, it's about protecting the multi-million-dollar precision equipment downstream. Just one tiny speck of leftover dirt could scratch a microscopic blade or jam a delicate sensor. To prevent this, a high-powered rinsing system combining intense water jets, industrial abrasive brushes, and a massive swirling water vortex is activated. This washing matrix is relentless, capable of purifying 6 million potatoes every single day. Spotless, the potatoes enter one of 6 large-scale peelers. Inside, abrasive walls strip away the skin as the spuds tumble relentlessly under high-pressure sprays. But the true modernity lies in the advanced real-time camera scanning system that follows. In just a split second, optical sensors inspect the naked potatoes for the slightest sign of rot or visual defect. If a potato fails this final test, a mechanical finger shoots a pinpoint puff of air, instantly assassinating the faulty tuber and blowing it out of the stream. The remaining perfect potatoes are automatically sorted by size. Oversized ones are intercepted and diverted to a cutting station to be halved. The factory demands absolute geometric uniformity before the ultimate transformation begins. Now, the spotless, uniformly sized potatoes enter the most critical stage of their existence. They are dropped into a rotating drum slicer. Inside, powerful centrifugal force flings each potato outward, pinning them against razor-sharp blades waiting at the perimeter. In a flash, a single potato is precisely executed into 35 uniform chips. Each slice is exactly 0.06 inches thick. This is the mathematical constant behind the legendary Lay's crunch. Even a fraction of a millimeter of variation would ruin the texture. Too thick, and the chip is flat and heavy. Too thin, and it curls unevenly. Depending on the product, straight blades are used for the classic cut, while serrated blades create the bold rippled edges of wavier ruffles. Once sliced, the chips drop into a fast-moving stream of water. They tumble through a spinning drum for a multi-stage rinse cycle, a soak, a high-pressure spray, a second bath, and another round of jets. This violent washing removes surface starch. If left behind, the starch would act like glue, fusing the chips into an unappetizing brick during frying. Dried and prepped, the fragile slices enter the golden crucible, a massive continuous fryer over 40 feet long, filled with a bubbling fiery mix of sunflower, canola, and vegetable oils at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. For 3 intense minutes, steam escapes from inside the slices, and the evaporated water is immediately replaced by oil. But Lay's holds a heavily guarded secret here. The oil is a precise 50-50 blend of fresh and used oil. If the oil is all new, the chips become heavy and greasy. If it's all used, they turn dark and lose their clean flavor. The 50-50 ratio is the holy grail of frying. As they cook to a perfect golden color, you will notice the entire machinery gently vibrating. This is intentional engineering. Because the chips are ultra-thin and fragile, the conveyors and chutes are designed to shake gently, inching the chips forward without cracking them. Because nobody pays for a bag of potato dust. Emerging from the oil, the chips face one last sniper. A state-of-the-art optical sorter scans over 400 slices per second. If a chip shows a single brown spot or a burnt edge, a millimeter-accurate jet of air blows it out of existence instantly. Right after leaving the fryer, the golden, crispy chips receive a light dusting of salt. But the real magic happens inside the seasoning matrix. The chips funnel into a giant rotating drum. Here, a secret blend of spices, chili, black pepper, herbs, is dispensed. As the drum spins, the hot chips act like a magnet, allowing the seasoning to stick flawlessly, coating every single edge in a thin, flavorful layer. Quality control inspectors constantly pull random batches, testing the crunch, flavor, and coverage. Once perfected, the chips are carried upward to a technological marvel, a high-speed weighing system equipped with 120 mechanical heads. In a fraction of a second, this supercomputer calculates thousands of combinations of chips from different trays to hit the exact target weight for every single bag. From a 1-ounce snack size to a 13-ounce party pack, The measurement is accurate down to the single chip. On the ground floor, packaging machines run at blistering speeds. As the exact portion of chips drops into the foil, the machine forcefully flushes the bag with nitrogen gas, completely purging the oxygen. This nitrogen blast serves a dual purpose. It prevents the chips from going stale, and it creates a highly pressurized protective cushion inside every bag. This signature air pocket is the nitrogen armor. It shields the delicate chips from being crushed during the chaotic journey of global shipping. The bags are heat sealed, packed tightly into cardboard boxes, and sent to the palletizing area, where robotic arms stack and wrap them in durable plastic film. Finally, the fully loaded pallets are hoisted onto trucks, ready to roll out from the PepsiCo plant to every corner of the globe. 750 tons of raw potatoes every single day, subdued by a brutal, precise, and beautiful mechanical process. This is the empire of crunch. This is how the legacy of a salesman in a Ford Model A became a global phenomenon. And this is how Herman Lay keeps the promise he made in 1932. Bet you can't eat just one.